Hi, I'm going to be reading a little bit about fairies. How wonderful it is to be back at Britain's. It's a heaven of tranquility here, and I am so looking forward to a few months of painting and quiet gentility. Edith is such a dear friend, and it was very kind of her to offer me the use of her summer home here in Stormton. Oh, I do hope she is enjoying her trip to India. Edith may travel securely in the knowledge that her garden will be well looked after during my stay. My garden gloves were the first items to be packed. April 6th. A strange thing happened today. I was watering the flowers when I caught a glimpse of something on the path. On closer inspection, I could nearly see that it was a set of tiny, wet footprints. Each print was no longer than a quarter of an inch.
I'm gonna turn that TV like.
One could see the impression of tiny toes. Little children's footprints on the beach. From the footprints led along the path for a yard or so, then headed into the daffodils. I studied them closely, but then quickly dried in the spring sunshine and were gone. It was now the evening, and thinking over today's incident, I am now sure that my eyes were deceiving me. I think I may have been working too hard on my fairy paintings recently. I am reminded, however, of my grandmother's wonderful fairy tales. The maid I scared the cat. The maid of her fairies seems so real.
What did Kibby do? He's like,
I have some knowledge.
Scaredy cat.
I have some knowledge of animal footprints, and I am concerned that these footprints are not formed from an ordinary creature like Gibby. Okay. May 11th. Entrance library books. The fairies of the British. What the heck is that word? Janie, I need some help.
What's a word?
Oh, there's a word. I don't even think I've ever come across a word like that.
Isle. I-S-L-E-S. Isle.
Isles.
British Isles.
British Isles by E.W. Wait, no. E.W. Pinnicus. Occurring with fairy folk and their similitude creatures by Mary MacDonald. A wild flowering plant sprayed of fragrance, well-shaped white flowers open in late spring. Height 9 inches. Spread 12 inches. That's what it says. Oh, okay, May 11th. The days have passed quickly! Exclamation point. I have been sketching and writing nearly every day. However, by the fan, the most important thing to report is the announcement of an experience accident. Yesterday, while taking my afternoon nest. That's what it says. My afternoon nest.
Instead of napped?
Yeah, it's nest.
I'm gonna go nest. Happy nesting.
I'm so tired. I gotta go take a nest. I heard the sound of singing. And what a sound it was. That's a creepy commercial.
That little girl looked like Carly.
I know. It's like Carly's famous now. Like the twinkling of tiny musical bells. The sound was interesting, and it appeared to be coming from the end of
Edith.
Yeah, thank
That
you.
name.
I want to say Edith's. I'm like,
Nobody. Yeah, that's an old name. Edith.
Edith's garden.
Mhm.
I crept down to the garden ends. I feel like I'm a grandmother reading stories.
Well,
Down the garden's end.
well, you're just practicing.
I know.
One of these days.
That was funny. But as I neared the site, the singing port stopped. There was no one and nothing to be seen.
You know, used to, I would read to you. Now you're reading to me. Yeah.
Apart from the experienced patch of lilies, sorry. I'm not really good at reading cursive. Lilies of the valley, which were so pretty, I couldn't nest it. What does it say?
I couldn't nest it.
I think I might have been wrong on nest. You want to know how?
Rest. Those crazy R's.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Let's go freaking You've seen it. Look, it says nest, but it's rest.